Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to In the Healer. I'm Shakri, and today we're going to be talking about 5 signs it's just casual. If you are trying to get with a man and he's just trying to keep it casual, like, you should know that. You obviously he should tell you, but sometimes guys are just not going to tell you because they want to get that cat and they just want, like, keep it like that. And we have to know the signs to look out for in order to protect ourselves. First of all, we have to know that we have to love ourselves enough to know that we shouldn't even be attracting this kind of guy. What in us is attracting a guy that just wants to hump on us? What signals are we putting out that a guy can just come and want to hump on us and then that's just what it is? Are we giving too much leeway into our personal space? We're going to get into the signs to know about him, but like, we always have to do a temperature check as ladies. Why? Because if anything was to happen in any kind of relationship, especially if a baby becomes involved, the lady, most times, often than not, the lady is the one left with the children, the child, the baby. So we always have to protect ourselves. We always have to be guarded. We have to know, we have to have that sixth sense to know, like, when a guy is trying to, like, play, and, like, if that's what type time that he's on, then we got to go on about our business. So sign number 1, he's only calling you when he want that cat. He calling you and he like, what you doing? You telling them what you doing. You could be like, a lot of times us as ladies, like, if a guy is calling us, first things first, if a guy is calling us after midnight, the only thing open at that time of night is your legs anyway. So you already know what he's calling you for. He's not calling you to fall asleep on the phone with you, because he would have called you at 9 o'clock if that was the case. He's calling because he knows that you're available and you're going to get up and you're going to run to gap them legs open, right? So what do we have to do in order to combat that? Well, maybe we shouldn't answer the phone. Don't answer the phone at an ungodly hour. If he's calling you at that time, you already know what type time he's on. You can either send him to voicemail or you can call him back the next day when it's, hey, what's up? You called me last night. And obviously he's probably not going to answer the phone because he was calling because he wanted something and you know what he wanted. Or he's going to respond like really dry, like, oh yeah, I see you ain't answered the phone last night. Yeah, I was asleep. We have to set those boundaries. A man cannot just call us and expect to get something up out of us if we're not willing to give it. If we're not giving off that energy that he's allowed to do something like that. We have to keep our self-dignity and our self-respect at all times. Because the only person that's going to respect us the most is ourselves. If a man sees that we're not respecting ourselves, then what makes you think that he should respect you? If he's calling you at that hour and you're answering, then it's okay if that's all you want from him. But if you want more from him, then you answering at an ungodly hour is not going to lead you further into the relationship. It's going to lead you further into the situationship. Sign number 2. You guys don't go on any dates. Like I said, he's only calling you at ungodly hours. So if he's not calling you to say like, yo, you want to go get something to eat, or can I take you out, or how can I get to know you better? You know, things like that. Then he's only looking at it as like, yo, I'm just trying to hit this. Like, she's fine enough for me to hit, but she's not fine enough for me to cuff. Now, this is where we have to make that decision. Like, are you going to just give it up? Or are you going to get something to eat and then give it up? Now, that's on you if you want to still give it up after you're going to get to know them, because now you're building some kind of foundation. But if you're only going wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and then he's sending you home, or like, because if a man, here's one thing. If a man cannot pay for you to come get him, or if he cannot come and get you, then you shouldn't even be going over his house anyway. Because how you getting there? Did he send for you that Uber? Did he send for you that Lyft? If he didn't send for it, then you're not getting in it. Because why do you have to pay to go see him and then you have to pay to come back home? What did you get out of it but a wet behind? Sign number 3, there is no emotional attachment. Like, you're trying to talk to him and he's tapped out. He's not thinking about that. Anything that you have going on emotionally, he doesn't even know. He's not aware of it because he doesn't care. He shuts down after he busts that, you know what I'm saying? Like, there is no talking after that. The only time he's going to talk to you is when he's in the act. And that's how you know that it's just casual. And again, if that's what you want, then that's cool. But if that's not what you want, then you're not answering the phone at an ungodly hour. You're not accepting him not taking you to get something to eat. And no, I'm not talking about McDonald's. I'm talking about, is he going to take you to get that smoothie? Because that smoothie costs $10, $15 for one. And it's healthy. Well, healthier, because smoothies at these places, man, they suspect, okay? They suspect. But what I'm saying is there's no kind of emotional attachment. Like, he's not thinking about you. He's not thinking about anything that you have going on. You can be talking and he's in la la land. Why? Because you are just a hit. You just a piece of meat that he's going to smash, and he's going to go on about his business. And then he's going to call you again when he wants it again. Like I said, your cat is good enough, but it's just not hitting on nothing for a relationship. Sign number 4, you've only met his friends. And I'm talking about them dogs that he be with. He's a dog, roof, roof. You know, a pack of wolves, a pack of dogs, they all hanging out together. They all being vultures together. Like, one of them probably already tried to talk to you before he even tried to talk to you. Sis, like, no, we're not doing that. Like, what are you doing? Like, he didn't take you home to meet his mom. And you don't have to always meet somebody's mom, but damn, like, you ain't even get like a glimpse of, you didn't hear the mom talking in the background. Why? Because he only called you at night. So no, you didn't hear his mom talking in the background. You didn't hear anybody talking. He doesn't call you when he's around his family. He's not FaceTiming you at all. Why is he not FaceTiming you? Why does he not want you to see what's going on in his background? Why? I'm not saying that he has another girl. What I'm saying is he doesn't want you to be his girl. And sign number 5, he's not dependable. Now, what I mean by not being dependable. Now, if you need, imagine like something happens, your credit card gets frozen because it got stolen. And now you need to get something to eat. Like I was saying back before, you need to get that smoothie, or you need to get some fruits so that you can get in your house and so that you can go juicing, or you can do whatever that it is that you need to do. Your credit card were frozen because maybe you lost your wallet. Now, this is on to the extreme, but imagine if you're in this type of situation and he's not the one that you can call. The one that's getting your yams is the one that you can't call. That doesn't even make sense. If you're good enough to lay with, then you're good enough to at least like help me out, help a sister out. And also, if you can't even call him, like, imagine like you hear some good, like, or even if you hear some good news, like imagine you just heard some news about, like, you just passed the test, or Secretary of State just signed off and now you have that business, or you just got a brand deal for the company that you participate in. Anything, you calling and you, like, again, he's not emotionally supportive to you. He's not dependable. You can't even call him to tell him some good news. You can't call him to tell him some bad news, some good news. The only time you can call him is if you want him to bust that thing down. Now, he just want to be casual with you, sis. He just wants to be casual, and you have to accept it for what it is. Why? Because you put yourself in that situation. We have to be self-aware a lot of times, because we're, as females, as women, we like to play the victim role when it comes to us and a man not working out. A lot of times it's not him, it's us, because we seen the red flags in the beginning, but we decided to ignore them. And the more that we ignore them, the more that he's going to keep on thinking that he can get away with everything that he's doing. And then now we're looking at the end of, when it's all said and done, the only thing we got out of it was a wet behind the entire time. He didn't spend no time with us. We don't know his birthday. We don't know where he lived. We don't know his mom name. We don't know his sister name. We don't even know if he have a sister. We don't know if he have a brother. We don't know if his cousin is somebody that we didn't talk to before. Why? Because we don't know nothing about him. Only thing we know is that D is good. And what is the D doing for us? The D is not paying our rent. The D is not driving us around, because me personally, I don't like to drive. So I need somebody to drive me around. The D is not buying us food. The D is not putting clothes on our back. The D is not make sure that our hair is done. The D is not making sure our nails is done. The D is not doing anything but satisfying that thing down there. And that thing down there, you can satisfy yourself. You better finger pop. Now, that was 5 signs that this guy just wants to be casual. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Peace.